this is a fascinating... Hold on. Okay. Where was I at anyways? Oh, yeah. So this is one more. Hold on. Mm-hmm. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. Anyways, though, we're over to the Netflix machine, essentially, or the streaming platform, to watch a brand new documentary, a little bit early, coming out September 9th, and it is a fascinating one, tackling social media, called The Social Dilemma. Tech experts sound the alarm on dangerous human impact of social media and networking. So is this Social Dilemma social media documentary a must-see for anyone that has a social media platform? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys are thinking of this, if you've seen the trailer, or if this has definitely sparked your interest. Now let's get into some of the good. Okay, so this Social Dilemma documentary was fascinating. This is a documentary that I couldn't take my eyes off of. I wanted more of it. I was completely blown away by what this documentary holds. And I think that the thing is, starting from the beginning, it brings in all of these people that worked as software programmers, CEOs, creators, founders, anyone and everyone that has worked in social media, from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Reddit, Pinterest, anything and everything, and it kind of gives their testimonials of what they created, what they were aiming for from the good side of things, and how this social media has really morphed over the last couple years, from computing power to reach to the downfall or the downside of social media, and the rise of essentially fake news. I'm not going to use that term a lot, but they do touch on fake news. So I think that just getting these top professionals of creators, but also getting these educated people, for example, people that are holding PhDs at like MIT and all of these like psychological and psyche and whatnot, and how social media has really had an effect on the landscape, people, the community, the economy, democracy. It is, I was blown away, to be honest. I was enthralled, and my jaw was open. I was shocked, because a movie that I reviewed a couple weeks ago called The Hater, this is fictionalized, and they're showing how social media can be weaponized. Now this is a documentary, and they're showing exactly what was in that movie happening in our world right now, from elections to the coronavirus to gun violence to protests to everything and anything. This was an educational look at the almost terrifying side of social media, and made me want to delete certain apps instantly. So right there, I think that they supply a lot of great information from well-cited individuals or people that, are from the thick of it, and showing you how we wanted this system to run this way. It ended up working that way, but we didn't think about these other aspects that can then be used against us. And it is a very timely documentary as well, because there's footage from March of this year, I believe. They were showing things about coronavirus and a few protests. So this is a very timely documentary as well. Sure, they probably added it in, that's one of the last things in the edit, but I think that this is a very timely thing as well, because not only does it show how you and your friend are seeing completely different social media platforms, and how this affects kids and adults, and that's why depression is up in our generation. This is the first generation that is dealing with social media, and what we need to do to sort of limit it. Does there need to be laws? Does there need to be regulations? How come these big tech companies are being able to just throw millions of dollars at these social media platforms and get these people to essentially manipulate them, brainwash them into doing certain things, taking their products, or acting a certain way? And not only that, but it tackles conspiracies. It dives into a couple conspiracies that were very big that I even was aware of Flat Earth, for example, Pizzagate, and coronavirus, the things that are kind of the big ones that stood out. Pizzagate, if you're not familiar with it, it's this pizza place that was supposed to be a pedophile ring. It blew up over social media with absolutely no evidence. Same with Flat Earth. And it shows how recommended posts, things that you like, then drive more things to you. It shows you how a video on YouTube will lead you down a rabbit hole into a place that you do not want to get to. And these platforms can't identify, the AI behind these platforms do not know how to identify what is real, what is fake, what is truth, what is false. And a lot of people, one of the facts that they said was fake news or a fake article on Twitter is spread 6 times as much as a true article, something that is truth. And they were saying that the reason so is because people are uneducated, they don't double check, and they would rather have fake news sounds so much more exciting than what is actually happening in this world. It was, again, just fascinating, this look of bringing in all of these people that worked, these people that are trying to fight to essentially stand up against this AI that they can't control anymore. And it's not this dystopian future, but if we don't do something about it, it could have drastic effects on the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of the world. I couldn't look away. However, I will say that this documentary very much does lean a certain way. You know, they're very much looking at the downfalls, the pessimistic outlook of life and how this social media has affected people. Sure, they do touch briefly, might I add, on how things have really helped human beings so far. You know, you order a car, boom, it's right there in 30 seconds. So they touch on the positive a little bit less than the negatives and kind of lean towards a certain spectrum of things. And sure, they do say that it's not entirely bad. There needs to be regulations, but there are downfalls. There are ways of manipulating this, especially in democracy, of getting certain outcomes and how you can essentially tear down a first world nation just by social media and then how you get those people to think. So sure, it leans a certain way. And then also, they do these kind of, it's almost like a short film. They do a short film throughout this of showing you how this social media has an effect on real world people. It's acted by actors. I believe Skylar Gisano from Santa Clarita Diet is one of the main people in this kind of short film that's going between testimonials. It comes off as a little cheesy and kind of takes you out of the facts, but I will say I think that it does a great job of really illustrating how this affects people, of screen time, of staying on a computer, staying on a phone, staying on social media for so long, and how they get those hooks into you and shoot you certain notifications. It was terrifying. Again, that is kind of a little bit of a negative where it takes you out of what is real because they're trying to show you this is what is happening. And again, it was mind-boggling. It was frightening. Overall, The Social Dilemma is a documentary I think everyone needs to watch, have an open mind to it, and really see what this computer in your pocket is doing to you. With it featuring some key people in the development of these apps and the warnings that they show, evidence and information that I think is very pivotal to this, and almost a warning of what could happen if this isn't stopped. Great information, honestly everything, but with a few nitpicks very much leaning towards a certain way, and some of those kind of, short film interstitials and whatnot that might take you a little bit out of this. I cannot recommend The Social Dilemma higher. This was one of the most fascinating documentaries I have ever seen. It is timely. It is terrifying. It gives us a little bit of hope, but we need to do something about this. I think everyone just give it a shot. Watch this because it was interesting. In closing, I'm going to give The Social Dilemma 4.5 out of 5 deleted apps. So what did you guys think of The Social Dilemma? If you've already seen this one, very much looking forward to it, are aware of it, terrified of social media? I want to know in the comments down below. Seriously, check this one out on September 9th. Anyways, though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there, brand new content every single week here on the JBuck Studios channel. I'm not entirely sure what's coming the next couple days, so stay tuned by all of my social media right down there. Like this video, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, and until next time, honestly, I'm probably deleting Facebook.